Welcome to The Joyous Edge, where we talk to top executives and performers about their journey, what they do when they're at their edge and breaking point, and what brings them joy in the everyday hustle.
This is the joyous edge. It's time to shine.
Hi, David. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
I know we met through Jamie and through the Brand Builders group. I know that's some of the things that we've been involved in, but we also have the commonality of Toastmasters and being distinguished Toastmasters. I love that. Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
Huge.
Most people don't even realize it, but it is. But I know the first time I found out about Toastmasters was when one of my leaders after a review was like, I think you could definitely go to Toastmasters to help you with getting to the point and delivering your things. And I know our focus for today is communication and strategic communication. So can you tell me a little bit about how you started on your journey and what you actually mean by strategic communication?
Great question. So the journey is, while it goes way back, we're talking college, and after college got into high-level sales. I think that's probably the first time I realized the importance of communication. I'm an overachiever, always have been. And so I wanted to find out what separated cream of the crop from bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Because we all, in a number of instances, if you think about it, we get the same training. There are 20 people in that training room. So what makes that 5% the top 5%? What makes that top 1% the top 1%? And what makes the bottom of the barrel the bottom of the barrel? Right. And I found in most cases, it's simply how we communicate, first to ourselves, and then to those that we want to impact.
I like that because that's like your self-awareness. It's being aware of what you're good at, what your opportunities are.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense.
And so many of us overlook that.
Right.
The importance is normally put on how I communicate with you.
Right.
Well, first, before I ever have a conversation with you, it should be, what am I communicating with me first? Right. And then what are my intentions when I communicate with you? And that's where it becomes not an ordinary communication, but a strategic communication.
Okay, that sounds good. What are some actionable strategies that people can do to improve their communications?
First of all, become more intentional. Most of us in our day-to-day, but most importantly, when it matters most, we're not intentional. We're just haphazard and we throw things out. And how many times have you talked to a friend or a coworker and they tell you, man, I wish I could do that conversation over again.
Yes.
I blew it.
Oh, yeah.
That's because they didn't do two things. Take a minute before you have a conversation to figure out the purpose, figure out the objective, and figure out what you want to take away and what you want to have the other person take away so that it actually becomes a win-win. And in the conversation, you have to apply what I describe as a now framework. Okay. And now it's narrow your focus so that it's just you and that person. You're not thinking about dinner, after the conversation. True. It's just the two of you, nothing else exists. Okay. Narrow your focus on the opportunity. Every time you speak to someone, they're giving you their most precious asset, their time. Consider it an opportunity and own it. Okay. And if you do 1 and 2, you automatically do 3, which is win the moment.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So now, narrow your focus on the opportunity, win the moment.
Interesting. That is so great because, I mean, so many people, and especially in today's society, it's moving so fast, people are going 100, right, the warp speed, you got all these different things, and, I think I like your point about being intentional. And like one thing that I do is I'll just, especially if I have a heated conversation coming up or something like that, I'll just or maybe you're talking and it's starting to get heated and you're like, okay, take a deep breath, sit back, just let it go. And then think about what is the purpose of this? And, I even think about that with an email communication too. Right. It's like, what is the purpose of this email? Is it informative? Is it action oriented? What am I trying to get out of the person?
Exactly.
So how did you get into this?
I have always been that person that wanted to figure out how to get, first of all, myself to excel, and then those around me. At one point, I became a record-breaking salesperson. I then became a record-breaking national sales trainer. And at that point, I had teams, And of course, I wanted my teams to be the best, right?
Right. Of course. You got to be the best. You got to be the best.
So I'm like, okay, what can I do to get these guys to understand something simple, very simplistic, that they can use every day that's going to set them apart totally? And out of all the things that we use daily is communication. If you think about leaders, especially, and executive presence, most leaders think that, and most of us think that communication is all about garnering attention.
Right.
I'm going to communicate with you, Joy, because I want to get your attention about something. Right. When actually it's not that at all.
Okay. What is it?
Give you one guess. If you had to think about communicating, and at the end of the day, what was at the core of communication? And what made it successful, or what made that conversation or that communication a total failure?
Well, I think it's going to be, some of it is your tone.
Okay.
Right. But if I had to pick one thing, it would be, what is the message that I'm trying to pursue and trying to deliver, and how did I deliver it? Like, is the action getting completed? Do you agree with it or no?
It's not even that.
Okay. What is it?
It's trust.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I totally forgot about trust. What? Of course. That's the foundation of everything.
At the core of every great conversation,
yeah,
there has to be trust. Before the respect,
right,
there has to be trust.
So how do you build that trust?
You build that trust by becoming intentional in 3 key areas.
Okay.
First of all, you want to become intentional about your mindset.
Okay.
What are you thinking? How are you processing? That's number 1. Number 2, you want to become very intentional about, again, how you communicate.
Right.
And that communication goes both ways, internal, external. But then you want to become very intentional about relationships.
Okay.
What do you want that relationship to be? What do you want that relationship to evolve into?
Right.
And based on that, what are you pouring in so that you get those outcomes and you get those results? A lot of times we want great relationships. Think about that first date. Guy comes pick you up. He's doing everything.
Yeah, doing everything right.
Exactly.
Yes.
But he's not communicating with you in the way that you need to be communicated with, and so he's totally dropped the ball. Great date, and you walk away going, I don't know if I'm going to do date 2.
Right.
Versus guy B comes in.
Yep.
He may have been 5 minutes late, a couple of other things off, but the communication is stellar. He makes you feel like you're the only person in that room.
Yes.
He makes you feel special. He makes you feel important. He makes you feel heard.
Right.
If you're a senior leader who keeps saying yes because it feels easier than slowing down to prioritize, you're not alone. I work with leaders who are operating at a high level but paying for it with burnout, overwhelm, and self-abandonment. When you get clear on what actually matters, everything elevates. Your impact, your focus, your legacy, and your peace of mind. If you're ready for that kind of clarity, I'd love to talk. Book a free call with me at freejoycall.com.
You'll overlook some of the challenges, or like, I
Exactly.
mean, nobody's perfect, right? And so if you think about it, it's like you can tell when someone's faking it,
Right.
you know? So they may be going through all the right steps and being like, well, I know you were going through something. I checked in on you.
Right.
But like ticking the box to make the phone call isn't really being that compassion of being there, you know?
Right.
And letting them know like, hey, I'm here. Like, and showing up. I think the actions aligning with how you're communicating are really too what help build that trust.
Right. And you mentioned something that I think is key in all this, showing up. Most of us think showing up is enough. And in my world, just showing up is just the beginning.
Right.
So if you're just showing up and think that that's literally going to get it done, no. You're in for a rude awakening.
Right.
Now, if you're going to actually garner that trust, you show up with purpose, you show up being fully present,
Yep.
and you show up intentional.
Okay.
So if you're now conversating and I'm getting to know you on any level, friend, business, romantically, I'm making sure that everything is intentional. It's authentic,
Right.
but it's also very intentional.
That is true. That's a good way to look at it, because like I've always been a huge networker, and I just think about, you know, how can I connect people? Like, what is their purpose? What is their life story and their vision? And one of the things that I like to do is think about, who do I know, or how can I connect them? And I get that from my mom, because my mom is an even bigger networker than me. And I'll never forget one time I went to South Africa. I was doing I was studying crocodiles in the Okavango. It was so fun. But my mom would always be like, oh, you can stay with this friend and you can stay with that friend. And I'm like, she's not going to have anybody in South Africa. Well, she had someone and they let me stay at their house for a week. And it was so amazing. And I got to know her grandchildren and, you know, see South Africa from a local's view versus like just the touristic view.
I love that.
Yeah. And so it's like, I think being able to make those connections and to your point, just being intentional about it of like really getting to know the person and helping to build that, I think really helps that too.
So here's a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Talk about intentional.
Yes.
Talk about communication.
Mm-hmm.
Give me, all right, so if I asked you, Joy, what are we going to do today?
Mm-hmm. You mean for the podcast that we're doing or just for whatever?
Just in general.
Okay, so
my question
yeah.
around that question is,
Yeah.
is that intentional or is that just showing up?
That's just showing up to me.
Now, how can we make that same question intentional?
Well, what are we going to do today about what? Like, what is what's your purpose today? Like, if it depends on who it is, right? If it's a family member or like, let's say I'm going to visit you.
Right.
Be like, okay, well, you know, like, what are we thinking about doing? What do you have going on? What's going to conflict with that? You know, and just being intentional about everything going on in their lives.
Here's an easy question
Okay.
that you can ask anyone
Yeah.
that's going to do two things.
Okay.
One is going to immediately get their attention,
Okay.
and two is going to immediately let that person know that you're invested in them.
Okay.
And that question is, Joy, what are we going to do today to get you one step closer to the thing that you want most?
Oh, I like that. Yeah. That is good.
Now, that's intentional.
Yes, that is intentional. That is intentional.
But next time you're at a networking event,
Yes.
ask someone, James, what can I do today, or what can I do
Right.
in the near future? One thing that's going to help you get one step closer to the thing that you want most.
Wow. And you know what the thing is I think most people are going to react like I did and be like, I don't know. I didn't know what, you know, because I think there's a balance between planting the seeds because especially like when you're networking, when you first meet people and, you know, I have another episode where we talk a little bit about like having a strong foundation there and, you know, you want to have the seeds planted so that you can then go, hey, I need this, I need this, I need that. And people aren't like, oh, she's just taking from me, you know?
Exactly.
But by being intentional with this, it's like, oh, do you really care about my purpose? Like, okay, here's one thing. Like, and so that'll help build the trust as well as that deliver that intentionality.
Totally agree. What is the best conversation ever between two people? What needs to happen?
Good communication.
It needs to be a win-win.
Okay. That's fair.
Because you're right. In too many instances, one person walks away feeling like I wasn't heard. Mm-hmm. Wow, they can talk a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or something of that nature.
Yeah.
The best conversation ever is simply when both people walk away feeling like that was the best conversation they've ever had, and it creates a win-win.
So I'm going to pose another question to you then. What about when people, because like a lot of people that tune in are dealing with burnout or dealing with challenges in executive leadership and communicating there. And let's say we do go to a networking event.
Right.
What if I feel like I don't have any more to give? What would you do in that situation? Like, and they're like, I don't want to offer it because I'm at capacity. I can't help anybody else. I can't help myself. What would you, how do you do that?
At some point.
Yes.
Every day, all of us feel like we don't have any more to give.
Right.
We've reached capacity. I just can't do another anything.
Exactly.
At that point, that's where the internal communication comes in.
Okay.
And with internal communication, it's ownership. It's all about ownership.
Okay.
Owning where you are, owning where you want to go next, and owning the process of getting you from where you are now to that place.
Okay.
And a big piece of that is simply owning the moment.
How do you do that?
So in this moment, you simply ask yourself, how bad do you want it? You remind yourself of that why.
Okay.
Now, okay, Joy, you told me, talking back to Joy in the mirror, you told me that you wanted this. All right, but universe is now giving you the opportunity.
Right.
If it was easy, what? everyone would be doing it, right?
You're right. You're right.
The Marines have a saying that I love to repeat to my team.
Okay.
Everyone wants to go to heaven. No one wants to die.
That's fair. That is a good one.
Everyone wants to dream.
Yep.
Most of us don't get it because we don't put in the work. And we don't put in the work because of what we tell ourselves daily. Because the thing about internal communication is it feeds everything else. It feeds how you think, it feeds what you do, and it feeds your outcomes. So if anyone wants to change what they're getting daily, you start rewiring how you're talking to yourself.
Yeah.
That message that you're feeding yourself daily.
So getting that positive mindset shift to help do that.
I never tell myself I have to do anything.
Yeah, because nobody wants to do anything they have to do.
I remind myself daily, wow, I get to do this.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think I was talking with who was it? I know Dr. Cody and I were talking a little bit about stuff because I know Dr. Cody's amazing, but we were talking about the intentionality and like the change after the 40 days because he has this fast 40 program. It's like after the 40 days, and a lot of it, what I've seen is like the first 40 days is all about you pretty much go on like an elimination diet and only eat proteins, meats, and veggies, and then you go into you start testing foods.
Okay.
And so it's like he's not saying like it's not that you can't drink, it's really be present in yourself.
There you are.
To be able to see, okay, how did my body respond to adding potatoes back in or adding this back in? And do one thing a day, like at a time so that you can see how your body responds.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then gradually you'll have it all added back in. But like, and people ask me, they're like, don't you get tired of eating the same thing every day? I'm like, no, because like, and I don't eat the same thing every day. I do switch it up, but I am a meal prepper and I love having my meals prepped because that's one less thing I need to think about.
Right.
Right. And so I switched my mindset of, oh, what am I going to eat today to like, I use like food is my fuel. You're not going to go and hop in a car and drive from Florida to California with no fuel, and you got to stop a couple of times. So when you think about it as fuel, and honestly, I've had the best food in the world, especially living in New York and traveling all over the world. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could go out here or go out there, but like, it's a time saver for me.
Right.
And so the joy I get out of prepping my own food, eating it, it takes time when I do it, but man, does it save me on the back end. A little off topic, but I think it's a good communication way because we were talking about Dr. Cody and the mindset shift. So that's where I was thinking.
That is not off topic at all. And I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
Because you're talking about systems that you put in place to help you get through your day and get through your day at a very high level. And so most people look at food as just eating.
Right.
You've now transformed that into actually a fuel.
Yeah.
And when you think about it that way, it's high octane.
Right.
It's feeding not just a body, it's feeding a movement.
Right.
It's feeding a dream.
So
when you
true.
think about it that way,
Yep.
being food is not just food
That's so
any
true.
longer. And then the meal prep, the thing about meal prep that sets you apart from most people is typically in our day, most people are trying to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, what I'm going to have for lunch.
Right.
And they don't realize some of these questions are actually the things that's hindering their just crushing their day on a daily basis.
Because it's taking your time away, thinking about what am I going to eat and all that kind of stuff.
And that's called what?
Time wasting, the MVOT.
A distraction.
Oh, a distraction. There you go.
And they kill more dreams than fear ever will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not the distractions that are right in front of us.
Right.
With the blaring red sign and the horns going off.
Right.
It's the quiet ones.
Oh, the quiet. Yeah, those subtle distractions.
That hinder you from even getting through your day and trying to figure out a meal. So you're going to figure out 10 minutes of what am I eating, whereas with you, it's simple. Just pop the lid.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going to eat this now and I'm good. It's like dying from 1,000 cuts. I think I've heard that expression before. It's like, no, I'm not dying that way, but it's like every little one, one little paper cut might not hurt you, but if you get them all over your body, you're going to bleed out, if you're bleeding from them. But not to get gross or graphic, but I thought that was a good one. I know we talk about the communication.
Yes.
You also talk about continuous employee development. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And, you know, I know those are some of the three important factors, or two of the three important factors. So
I deal with the number of C-suite executives. I deal with the number of executive teams, the number of companies that are just going through a high rate of turnover. And what they don't understand is that executive presence, again, it all goes back to what are those leaders doing? How are those leaders showing up? What culture are those leaders creating? And in the midst of that, what are they communicating? Are they communicating, I value you? You are important to us. We want to develop you. Because if you want an employee, and we're going to scratch that term and go talent. If you want talent to become top tier talent, instead of the talent that walked out the door, there's two things that need to happen. First of all, they need to feel very invested in. If I tell you, Joy, tell me something about you. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your kids. I need to know your birthday. Then you feel like I know you on a more intimate level. If I then ask you, what are your top 3 goals for the next 3 years outside of this company that we can help you with? I want to get you the tools, the strategies, and just whatever you need to help you make that happen. You're going to walk away from that meeting feeling like, man, okay, I'm in the right place. If you come into a meeting with me and I tell you, Joy, listen, our numbers are down. I need you to try harder. Otherwise, I'm going to put you on some type of plan.
Performance improvement plan or something.
Exactly. Think about those 2 conversations. And that happens daily. So one company is developing talent. They've invested in talent. And they've created a culture where talent cannot wait to get in that environment every day. The other, that person is overwhelmed, they're stressed, probably headed towards burnout. Now, who's going to perform at a higher rate? Who's going to give you those record-breaking numbers?
The ones that you're investing in.
Exactly. So when you talk about development of employees, of talents, of executives, of teams, of an environment, it all goes back to who's leading that charge, first of all. What is their mindset? How are they communicating? And how do they handle relationships? Because relationships are like a plant. If you nourish it, if you water it, when you need it, it's going to be there. If you don't,
it's going to die.
When you need it the most, exactly. It's withered, right? Because you didn't invest that time.
Or it could be just totally dead and dried out. So
that is, to me, the heart of any development of any employee, talent, any executive, any team, or any organization.
I think that's a great point, because I think about, you know, I've had leaders tell me, oh, don't worry about, like, you worry about the employees too much. They're just cogs in the wheel. And I'm like, I would just cringe. Like, when I got that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, who says employees are just cogs in the wheel? You know, and for me, I realized, okay, I'm not meant to be here for that, you know, and that was one of the challenges that, you know, listening to leaders and stuff. I know the ones, like, I consider myself a servant leader. I always try to put my employees first, and when they shine, I shine, right? Like, it's not even about me shining, but I always want to train myself out of a role. So I want to give them the opportunity. And I think some people sometimes will see those opportunities as like hazing or challenging, you know, but it's like, they are testing you to see how you do in that. But at the same time, I think they're enabling you. So it's that mindset shift. To be able to succeed and try things in a little bit lower stakes.
I'm going to give you an ultimate example that sort of ties in everything that we discussed. I had a client that I saw just this morning. He's a COO of a major company that I won't name.
No, please don't.
But here's the deal. When his company invested in me to coach him, which again goes to
the investing in their top talent.
That development, right? When they invested in me to coach him, he was on his last leg. He was literally out the door. He was out the door because he reports to 2 people. He reports to his boss, and then he reports to a board of directors. And the board of directors at this point had no faith in him. They had no faith in him, primarily because of how he was showing up to board meetings. To how he was answering board questions. And there was what? There was no trust. And there was no trust to a large degree because of how he was communicating. I simply rewired him and how he was thinking, how he handled those pre-conversations with himself before walking in.
Right.
And I got him to understand that being an executive at his level, especially in a board meeting, isn't about being the loudest voice in the room.
So true.
It's about being the most trusted voice in the room.
That is so true.
He's now to a point where the building can be burning down, and he can tell the board, it's okay.
Yeah.
I got this. And they're like, okay.
Let's move on to something else.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that is trust.
Yes.
How long did it take him to get there?
We call that winning a Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah. I was like, that's pretty amazing.
Right. To go from, he was literally
About to get
contemplating
fired.
his next
Yeah.
move because he knew his days were numbered,
Yeah.
to the same boss that was about to fire him now has complete trust.
Wow.
And again, it simply goes to him changing how he showed up to meetings,
Okay.
him changing expectations.
Yep.
That is so crucial.
Not overcommitting or anything like
That
that.
is so,
Yeah.
in every relationship that we have, most people drop the ball because they overpromise and underdeliver.
Yep.
Parents with their kids,
Yeah.
relationship, just a
Yeah.
spouse,
Yeah.
a fiance, a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
But then we get into the workspace, and
It's
it's
the same thing.
exactly
And you don't have the I think the key thing is you don't have the intention of, like, you're not being malicious or
Right.
like most people aren't, right? Like, you still have your mean girls out there, or your mean girls and guys, but I think it's not about that whole malicious intent. It's that some people don't have a good judge of how long it'll take, or
very true.
you know, they could be off on timing, things like that. So it's really thinking through some of that instead, and thinking about, okay, let me undercommit and then deliver what I can, and then
I love that.
as I, deliver more. And it's not undercommit, but it is like, I'll never forget the first time when I first started in consulting, I was like, oh, we should be able to do boom, 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 boom in 1 week. And the lead partner for a whole practice was like, you can't expect the team to do that. And I'm like, well, I could do it that quickly. And he's like, you got to build in time for them to mess up. You got to build time for this. You got to build time for that. And like, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, and it's not, I think a lot of people will think, oh, I'm going to stretch it out because, then I can go focus on other things. But it's really building in those reps. And
Right.
another guest that we talked about muscle memory, and how can you build in the reps so that when you are in the moment of fire, in that crisis moment, you're trained up to be there.
Love that, love that, love that. Now, that muscle memory, all those reps, it creates what?
It creates habit and consistency.
I'm
And
looking
trust.
for. Yep.
There you go.
Trust in what?
Trust in yourself,
Exactly.
which then gives you the confidence to be, to be able to present and work on that stuff. And then it gives you the trust of others too.
The thing I like most about what you just said, it goes back to one critical word that we all, if you don't take away anything else from our conversation,
Okay.
if your audience can take away, number one, become more intentional about how you communicate on any level.
Right.
And number two, be more clear.
Well, I just have to say, you like hit the nail on the head. We're like right at the end of the episode, and you're like, oh, I'm already recapping. So, but I have one last question for you.
Go for it.
And I just thank you again for being here today. It's been so much fun.
So much fun.
I know. What brings you joy?
That's a great question, Joy.
Okay.
What brings me joy is, at the end of the day, just being able to wake up to do what I get to do. So the moniker for my business is walking like a giant. And for me, walking like a giant is doing what you want to do, having the courage to chase your dream at the highest level, the unique way that you want to do it. So for me, my dream is to impact as many people as I can, to also walk like giants. I have a tribe, but I call Giant Nation.
Oh, I love that.
And so I tell every audience that I talk to, you came into this room walking like men and women.
Right.
You get to walk out of this room walking like a giant.
That's good.
Today, while we have time with each other, I'm going to teach you how to walk and fill those giant-sized shoes.
Oh, I love
So
that.
my joy daily is getting anyone,
Yeah.
to rewire even a little bit of themselves so that they're communicating with confidence, with clarity, and with courage,
Okay.
so that they can walk out of that room and walk like a giant.
I love that.
No one was created to be average.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been great.
This is an amazing interview once you stop laughing, huh?
I know, right? That was good. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you liked today's episode, please subscribe. All the information can be found in the show notes. And until next time, keep your joyous edge. See you next week.